Okay, yeah, nine. In this short animation, you're just going to learn a basic shape tween and also a classic tween combined together. And what we're aiming for is the effect that you can see on your screen now with just a fireball or any kind of object. It doesn't have to be a fireball, it can be any object which moves across the screen. It doesn't have to go across the screen like this in a bouncing fashion, but you get the idea of what we're trying to achieve here. So I'm going to just close this down. This is just the end of what we're aiming for. And I'm going to delete what I've already got open. So I'm just going to delete any layers I've got and just do a fresh start. Let's go back right to the start. So don't save anything. Okay, so by now you should have completed task 1 and you should be on the challenge objective, and this is why you're on this tutorial. So let's just make a start. I'm going to rename my layer to fire, and then because I've already got a blank keyframe here, I'm just going to go get my object from Google Images. I've already typed in fireball, I've searched it, and I'm just going to go for this one down here. Right click, copy image. You can also save it to your pictures folder, but on this occasion I'm just going to copy and paste. So I'm just going to do Control V to paste it, and then using the toolbar on the right hand side, I'm just going to resize it using the free transform tool. Let's just move that up a bit. Right, I'm going to change the image. Let's go for that one. Okay, so right click, copy image again, paste it again. Third tool, free transform, resize it quick as I can. Start here. Okay, and this is the part where you need to pay particular attention to. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the object once, and I'm going to right click. Then I'm going to convert it to a symbol now. As you can see down here, convert to symbol. I'm going to call it fireball just to give it a name. Leave it as movie clip and just click on OK. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to double click on to the fireball image itself. So double click, and as you can see, it's just changed from the initial editor we've had in the timeline to where you got scene 1 on fireball. Remember, I renamed it as fireball. I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to break apart. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to frame 5, and I'm going to insert a keyframe here, and then I'm just going to move the ball down to the keyframe. So on frame 1 it's at the top, on frame 5 I've moved it down here, on frame 10 I'm going to insert another keyframe, and I'm going to move it back to the top here, because remember we need to get it bouncing along. At the moment nothing's happening in between, so all I'm going to do is in between 1 and 5 I'm going to right click, create shape tween, and now we get a little arrow appearing. I'm going to do the same again between 5 and 10, create shape tween, and if I just press enter from the start, it's a very fast motion that just goes up and down. Okay, so now what I'm going to do to go back to the original view, I'm going to go back to clicking on scene 1, got back to scene 1, and I'm going to go all the way along to 72, and if you remember it's about 24 frames per second, so I need it to last about 3 seconds just to float across the screen for 3 seconds. So 24, 24, 24 gives us 72. I'm going to do right click, insert keyframe, and remember frame 1 is over here, frame 72, I think it's 73, but 72, I'm going to move it across here. So just to show you what's happening here on the timeline, frame 1 I've got my fireball there, I've got my insert keyframe on 73 over here, so I've got 2 keyframes. So I've got black dot keyframe, black dot keyframe. Nothing is going to happen if I press enter. The timeline just goes and then it's going to jump to the other side. But what we need to do now is right click again between on the timeline between 1 and 72, create classic tween. If I play this now, as you can see there's an arrow going from 1 to 72. If I play this now, it's just going to play like this. It's the same old motion tween we used to. To see how it's actually going to play out, what you need to do is press Control and Enter, or you could go to Commands, wrong, not Commands, Control, and we're going to go to Test Scene, same thing as Control and Enter. So we're going to go to Test Scene, and we get our fireball bouncing across the screen. So this is what the effect that we're aiming for, and it just adds a bit of more challenge to our and an advanced feature to our animation. And that's it. Okay,